Hello again, everybody. It is the coach.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Seattle Seahawks. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now Wilson on first down. Newton's got it, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Clay Matthews in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Now it's Newton. And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful. And now they have to deal with 2nd and very long. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Third and long, it's Newton. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Here's Wilson. The hitter here, it's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. He's going to air this out for Baldwin. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Encroachment, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
On third down, Wilson. Got an open man. It's a new one. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
False start, offense.
And that'll set him back 5. The false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Here's Carson. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. It'll be a pickup of 12 yards, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down. Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They ended up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show mom that he gets to play in the game.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 38. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And that's going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. And a look at Seattle's defense.
And middle linebacker Bobby Wagner, he's playing the absolute perfect position. He's the type of guy that you build around. The cornerstone of a defense, his ability to play the run, the pass, and his leadership skills, you get the full package with him.
Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Newton. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he's taken down inside the red zone past the Seattle 15. A big 3rd down play there for the Panthers. 56 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum? Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Able to find Shaheen, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
On second down, Wilson. He hits Baldwin right side. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Baldwin's first catch going to be good enough for a first down.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. Now a toss play. It's Carson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They go read option with Wilson. He can run for it, and he will. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They run it with Carson. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Now Giorgio Tavecchio for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 33. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by. And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. Well, clearly that was a design play. I just don't know that it was the right design. Hey, your holder to have him pick it up and kind of be the power guy try to run through the middle. Everything has to go right for that to work.
You mean you weren't relying on just great blocking to get him through? You kind of think maybe he can help make his own way if he's an actual running back instead of the holder? Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Newton on first down. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now Newton. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Newton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick six. And this is going to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now it's Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Here's Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. A really good pickup of 28 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. On first down, Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Doug Baldwin, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now Newton on first down. And that'll be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Second and 10, Newton again. Going back to Moore. This time he's got him complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Out of the gun, Newton. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taking it about the 16. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for him. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And up past the 35, a very good return, but a penalty down. That may negate all the good work.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Throw left side complete. It's Moore. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, here's Newton. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jaron Reed in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
On 2nd down, here's Penny, and he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athletic.
Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That goes for a gain of 31. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. They'll halt play here for an injury as Christian McCaffrey is slow to get up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. To throw on 2nd down. Newton, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. So a pick six there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick six going the other way.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And we are tied at 14. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now it's Newton. To the right side, and he's got more complete. This one good for a first down, and also that is catch number 90 for him now on the season.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And incomplete, an excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But second down instead. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And out now come the Seahawks. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Carson. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Leaves it for Penny. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and they're going to face a third down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Anugra's got it, complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into a huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out. Back now in Seattle, Washington. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the fourth quarter. Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Bobby Wagner in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory. Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the 2 defensive tackles in a 4-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. K1 Short in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Flushed out right. And some room to maneuver. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Newton now on second down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now it's Wilson. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Dontari Poe in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
It's a pickup of 8 yards to move them into a 3rd and 13 here.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. And checking that NFL scoreboard there in the fourth quarter down in Arizona. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Carolina getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Newton on 1st down. And he's going to find his go-to man so far. That's Moore. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. On 1st and 10, Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. Newton. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now it's Newton. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. The Panthers on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Newton to throw. And he's got it. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Now Newton. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Nazir Jones in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. From the gun, here's Newton. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. And unable to connect. It's incomplete. And the clock stopped at 8 seconds. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Steps away to his, and he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime, they've just likely won this thing in regulation.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears, they get it done. How about that score?
With finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
Gano out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. One last shot for Wilson. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.